From Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois. Tonight, our coverage of the CCAC 2024 Baseball Championship Tournament here in the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletics Conference continues and may conclude tonight as we bring you game number one of a potential 2 games in the 2024 Tournament Championship round. And tonight it will be the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints against the Fighting Bees of St. Ambrose University from Davenport, Iowa. Hi again, everybody, and good evening. I'm Tom Westenfeld. Great to have you along with us here. It is a beautiful night for baseball, perhaps our best weather day of the weekend. Last Thursday we started this tournament. Now we conclude with 1 game tonight, and if St. Francis wins this game, that will conclude the tournament as St. Francis winning the winner's bracket this year. And St. Ambrose, if they win, then we will return tomorrow night for a winner-take-all showdown here at Dooley Health and Care Field. St. Francis able to get to this point. They are 3-0 so far in this tournament, having won games over Trinity Christian 8-6. That was the first game of the tournament. And then they defeated St. Xavier 6-1. And then they followed that up with an 11-8 win over Olivet Nazarene in Game 7 on Saturday. St. Ambrose, meantime, they are 3-1 for the tournament thus far. As for St. Ambrose, they started their journey with a come-from-behind 4-3 win over Roosevelt in Game 2 last Thursday. Then they were defeated by Olivet Nazarene 8-3 in the tournament's 6th game on Friday. And then they came back in the bottom half of the bracket, defeating Trinity Christian 17-9. And then they also defeated Olivet Nazarene 14-11 to get to this point. Should be a good matchup here for this potential 2-game series. And now we'll take a look at the batting orders for tonight's game. And for the visiting St. Ambrose Fighting Bees, their batting order as follows. It'll be Adrian Zatera leading it off in right field, followed by Noah McCreary. He is going to be batting second at its second base. Brandon Matias batting third and at DH. Batting fourth, the first baseman, Brock Weber. Batting fifth will be the center fielder, Jake Muha. Batting sixth will be the left fielder, Chris McFarland. Batting seventh at third base, Joey Fitzgerald. Batting eighth, and at shortstop, Bryce Vincent. And batting ninth will be the catcher, Garrett Latos. Sergio Marchisa on the mound tonight for St. Ambrose. For the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis, it'll be John McGuire leading it off in its second base. Then Josh Kernbauer batting second and in left field. Batting third and at first base, Nate Maliska. Batting fourth and in right field, Jake Klepash. Batting in the number 5 spot at third base, Drew Dant. Batting sixth, the shortstop, Brian Hidalgo. Batting seventh, the DH, Jake Murda. Batting eighth, the center fielder, Cliff Vickers. Batting ninth, the catcher, Dan Gusel. It'll be Mac Melcheski on the mound tonight for St. Francis. And now Dave Laquetta on the public address, asking the crowd to rise to its feet. And now we will have the playing of our national anthem. our national anthem tonight as we get ready for championship baseball at Dooley Health and Care Field. It is St. Francis against St. Ambrose. We'll take a short break, come back, and the first pitch of our championship round on the way next, straight ahead. After we take a brief timeout, championship baseball ahead, and you are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, welcome back here to Dooley Health and Care Field. Clear skies overhead, and we're about ready to get underway. Mac Malcheski will be facing now John McGuire for correction. Mac Malcheski, as I'll flip up my scorecard over here, it'll be Adrian Zatara to lead it off for St. Ambrose in the first pitch of the ball game, and it'll be fouled up to the right out of play. 71 degrees the game temperature. First pitch coming at 6:58 p.m. And the count 0-1 here to Adrian Zatara. Malcheski, the right-hander, swung on and fouled away. And the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. Malcheski comes set. Got the win in relief in the last game of the tournament for St. Francis, as there's a ball up high. 1 ball and 2 strikes for Zatara. Malcheski in the game against Olivet Nazarene, getting the win to make it a 5-3 season for him. He threw an inning in relief. He was the 4th of 5 pitchers in that game. Right-hander kicks and deals, swung on and in the air, popped up right side, foul territory toward the bullpen on the right field line, and it'll carry out of bounds, out of play, I should say. And the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Out of bounds. I don't know where that came from, but anyway. Malcheski, as we said, going an inning in the game the other day. And zeros across the board for Malcheski. As now the right-hander looks in for the sign. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. And there's a strike called. Correction, off the outside edge. And so that'll leave it up now. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Dan Goosel behind the plate, puts down the sign and the pitch. This will be hit in the air, medium deep left field, and underneath it, and the catch made in left field by Kernbauer. And that is the first out of the inning. So 1 away in the inning, and that'll bring to the plate Noah McCreary. Righty versus lefty in the first pitch of the at-bat. And that'll be over but low. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Brandon Matias next. That'll be Brock Weber here for St. Ambrose. McCreary at .330 for the year now. 9 home runs, 45 runs batted in. And McCreary goes after this one. Skies it into the air, short left field. Multiple players going after it. Diving attempt here. And at shortstop, it's Hidalgo able to make the catch for the out. And that'll be out number 2 in the inning. That'll bring to the plate Brandon Matias. So Matias stands in, 2 out, nobody on base. And the first pitch coming in from Malcheski. Misses outside, 1 ball and no strikes. Matias coming in, a .346 hitter on the year. Has 18 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Both of these teams with dramatic victories throughout the course of the tournament. There's a strike at the letter high level to make the count 1 ball and 1 strike. So 1-1. And the delivery after a little bit of a pause by Malcheski. And that'll miss down and away, 2 balls and a strike. Matias out of the box briefly, now back in. Here's the set now, and the 2-1. And that'll be hit in the air again, this time to right field, slicing toward the corner, back toward the track it goes. Looks like that'll be off the wall there in the sunlight in right field, and sliding in for a double, Brandon Matias, and St. Ambrose with a runner in scoring position. So Matias with a 2-base hit, and that'll bring up Brock Weber. Weber, .303 this season. 6 home runs, 44 runs batted in, and an early chance here for St. Ambrose to take the early lead in the game. Weber, left-handed batter, stands in, righty versus lefty. And the pitch. That's a curve in there, called strike, and it's 0-1. Big Muha would be next, and then Chris McFarland. Malcheski looks quickly back at second base. And now the pitch. That'll be pop foul left side out of play. No balls and 2 strikes. Malcheski now just getting back on the rubber. And the set. 2-strike situation, the pitch on the way. Swinging a foul tap back behind the plate to the backstop. And we'll hold here at no balls and 2 strikes. St. Ambrose this year as a team, a .303 batting average. .475 slugging percentage. And the 0-2 upstairs to make it a ball and 2 strikes. Weber back into the batter's box. Matias takes his lead at second base. And the delivery, swung on, right back up the middle, and knocked down there behind the bag. It's short and fielded nicely there by Hidalgo, who throws to first base to end the inning. So in the inning for St. Ambrose, no runs on a hit, no errors. They leave a runner at second base after the 2-out double. After a half inning, St. Ambrose nothing. St. Francis coming to bat. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. All right, welcome back here as we head to the bottom of the first inning, and it'll be Sergio Marchesa on the mound here for St. Ambrose, and John McGuire to lead it off now for St. Francis. As we get underway here in the bottom of the first inning in this championship game. First pitch of the inning, and that'll be a fastball down and in, 1 ball, no strikes. It'll be McGuire, followed by Josh Kernbauer, and then Nate Maliska here for St. Francis. St. Francis defeating earlier in the tournament Olivet Nazarene. There's a swing and a miss and a ball down low in the zone. It was an 11-8 final by St. Francis. As in that game, McGuire going 2 for 6 with an RBI and 2 runs scored. The next pitch swung on, and that'll be lofted foul to the right side out of play. So now 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. St. Francis trying to end the tournament with a victory here tonight, while St. Ambrose trying to extend this tournament 1 more game, which would be played tomorrow night at 7 p.m. right here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Marchesa, the right-hander, coming set now. And the pitch. And this will be flared out towards short right field, backpedaling there, and the catch made at second base by Noah McCreary, and that'll be the first out of the inning. So 1 away, and that'll bring to the plate Josh Kernbauer. Kernbauer in the game against Olivet Nazarene going 4 for 5, had an RBI, and he scored 3 times. There's a swing and a foul tip at home plate, and the count 0-1. The offensive numbers throughout this tournament really piling up. Had a couple of games. I think the one game, it was a 6-1 final. In a game involving St. Xavier, that was a 6-1 win over St. Francis. That was the closest thing we've had to a pitching duel the entire game, the entire tournament, as that entire game was very close until the late innings. There's a swing and a miss, and no balls and 2 strikes for Kernbauer. That was one of those games where the score a little bit deceiving, as St. Francis getting 5 in the 9th to post the margin of victory over St. Xavier, but that game was 1-1 going to the final frame. As the next pitch from Marchesa missing down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. One out, nobody on base, bottom of the first inning in a scoreless game. Next pitch swung on, and that'll be pop foul right side. That'll be out of play. So we'll be at a ball and a 2 strikes now to Josh Kernbauer. Kernbauer out of the box, now back in. Kind of an even stance in the box. Just a tad toward the back part of the batter's box. There's a bouncer over the mound towards short. And with it there, and the throw to first base in time from Bryce Vincent at shortstop. And that will be out number 2 in the inning. Well, for a split second there, I thought I might have called that one too early. But it was, in fact, a 6-3 put out. And now that'll bring to the plate Nate Maliska.
First baseman, number 31, Nate Maliska.
Maliska in the game against Olivet Nazarene went 2 for 6. Left-handed batter standing in. St. Francis, the number 1 seed in the tournament. St. Ambrose, the number 5 seed coming into the tourney. First pitch, a fastball up high, 1 ball, no strikes. Jake Klepash will be next here if the inning continues for the Fighting Saints, the Fighting Bees, and the Fighting Saints here in this championship round. The set by Marchesa on the pitch. This will be skied into the air. Foul, left side out of play. So now 1 ball and 1 strike here. Well, 1, 2, 3 innings have been a rarity in this tournament. St. Ambrose got a hit in the top of the inning, could not cash it in. Check swing here at a pitch that was up in the zone. Appeal to the infield umpire, and that'll be called a strike to make it 1-2. So a swinging strike on Maliska. And Marchesa now a strike away from getting out of the inning in 1-2-3 fashion. And the pitch. This is pop foul left side out of play. New ball thrown out here to Sergio Marchesa. As we play here in inning number 1, no score. St. Francis still in search of their first hit and their first base runner of the game. Marchesa now deals. That'll be fouled off to the left side out of play, and we'll try it once again at a ball and 2 strikes. Marchese gets the sign from Garrett Latos behind the plate. And the pitch. Fouled straight back into the screen. We'll try it once again. Good battle here between Marchese and Maliska. Righty versus lefty, 1-2. And that'll be wafted towards short, and it'll skip by into left field for a base hit. So Maliska, a solid single there. Good effort by Jake Vincent to dive to his left to try to get to that ball. But he could not do it. It slid right beyond his glove. And so here's Jake Klepash now to the plate. Klepash, as we've been saying throughout the tournament, had the most dramatic moment with the game-ending grand slam prior to last weekend. As he swings at the first pitch here, pops it up left side of the infield. Vincent, the shortstop underneath it, gloves it with one hand eye high, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning for St. Francis, no runs on a hit, no errors or runner left on base, and after one in this championship round game, we are scoreless, and you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Top of the second inning, Jake Muha to lead it up now for St. Ambrose. Mac Malcheski getting set to go to work, and the first pitch of the inning will be a little bit low and inside. 1 ball and no strikes here to Muha. It'll be Muha, McFarland, and Fitzgerald due up here for St. Ambrose. Top of the second inning, no score. Both teams with a hit in the first inning, but not able to cash it in. Now Muha takes down and away, and that'll run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Muha, left-handed batter, never does leave the batter's box. And the 2-0 jammed him, and it's popped up left side, foul territory. Will it be playable? And there's a chance there as, let's see, was that catch made? Looks like it was. Drew Dan leaning over the railing there and making a nice backhand play for the out, for the first out of the inning. So that'll bring to the plate Chris McFarland. McFarland, a .229 hitter, has driven in 11 this season. Right-handed batter awaits, so a righty versus righty matchup. Here in the top of the second inning, McFarland takes, and that's a called strike. And so it is 0-1. That sound you hear in the background, we have a spectator banging a drum. There's a ball high, 1 ball and 1 strike to count. McFarland, the number 6 hitter in the Fighting Bee lineup. And he takes here, and that'll be just off the outside edge to make it 2-1. You know, watching the umpire there to try to call the pitch. And I thought I saw him hesitate there. I thought that right arm was going to go up, but then it kind of did not after a little bit of a flinch. So now 2 balls and a strike the count. There's a swing and a pop foul right side out of play. And the count even at 2-2. I remember way back in the day, I umpired my way through high school and a little bit during college. And one time I changed the call in midstream. Signal safe and then out, and that is a recipe for disaster if you're umpiring a baseball game. The fans were none too pleased. There's a swing and a foul back. And we'll hold now with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Top of 2 in this championship round game, no score. As we've gone an entire inning without any runs, and that has been a rarity in this event. There's a breaking ball high and tight. That'll run it now 3 balls and 2 strikes to Chris McFarland. 1 out, nobody on here in the St. Ambrose second inning. St. Ambrose, they own the top scoring output for the tournament when they scored 17 against Trinity Christian. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's the second out of the inning. So 2 away, and that'll bring to the plate Joey Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald at .338 has 8 home runs, 44 runs batted in.
Third baseman, number 4.
Bats here with 2 out, nobody on base here in the top of the second inning. And the first pitch to him. And he pulls it to the right side, about a 3-hopper. Glove there near first base, and it'll be unassisted put out for Nate Maliska, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning for St. Ambrose, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. And we head to the bottom half of inning number 2. St. Ambrose nothing and St. Francis nothing. And you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Sergio Marchesa, the junior from Chatham, Illinois, getting ready to go to work here as Marchesa as we head to the bottom half of inning number 2 here at Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet. It'll be Drew Dant leading it off here for St. Francis, followed by Brian Hidalgo, and then Jake Murda for the Fighting Saints. Dant added near the top most of the year, and as far as batting average went for the season for St. Francis in the conference, near the leaders of the conference most of the season. There's a called strike to Dan. He's behind at 0-1. There's a swing and a tapper foul. And so now no balls and 2 strikes to Drew Dant. Dant in the game against Olivet Nazarene. As the next pitch taken down low. And that'll be a ball and 2 strikes now. Dant, right-handed batter, awaits. And the pitch. This is lofted in the air, right center field, but it'll be playable. It looked like it caught the bat handle just above, that contact was made just above the bat handle. And the catch made in right center field by Jake Muhan, so that'll be the first out of the inning. So here's Brian Hidalgo. Hidalgo in the game against Olivet Nazarene, going 2 for 4, make that 3 for 4, with 2 runs and an RBI. And the first pitch is put into play here, and the out recorded at first base, and that'll be out number 2 in the inning. So 1 pitch and 1 out on the Hidalgo at bat, and they are now 2 away in the inning. That'll bring to the plate Jake Murda.
Designated hitter number 22, Jake Murda.
So Murda batting after Hidalgo grounding out to the shortstop, Vincent. Murder, right-handed batter, stands in. The first pitch he takes, and it'll be in there. Looked like it had a little bit of movement to it over the inner half, and so Murder behind after the called strike and no balls and 1 strike. Cliff Vickers would be next, and then Dan Gusel if we get that far in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's the 0-1, and that'll be pushed foul toward the left side on deck circle. And Murder quickly behind at 0-2, and right now Sergio Marchisa 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 frame in this game here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Here's the set in the 0-2. That'll be popped up right side. That'll be out of play. So again, no balls and 2 strikes the count. So both pitchers off to good starts here in this ball game. Sure, that's what both coaches love to see in this championship round. 0-2, strike 3 called, and that'll end the inning. Murda, looking at that one, it came in toward the outer half of the plate, but the strike was there, and that'll end the frame. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And we head to the top of the 3rd, scoreless game at Dooley Health and Care Field. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the St. Ambrose 3rd inning, the shortstop.
Bryce Vincent will start it off now as we head to the top of the 3rd inning for St. Ambrose. 0-0 game as both teams able to get a base runner aboard in the 1st inning, and then both teams retired in order in the 2nd. So now we go on to the 3rd inning. Mac Malcheski will deal the first pitch of the inning, and that'll be in there for a called strike. 0-1 to Bryce Vincent. It'll be Vincent, then Latos, and then back to the top of the order and Adrian Zatera. Malcheski toes the extreme right edge of the rubber, kicks and fires, and that'll be a swing and a foul tip at home plate. And so 0-2. Malcheski this year, as we noted a moment ago, 5-3 overall, an 11.07 ERA, 46 1/3 innings pitched so far this year. Tosses in a fastball, and that'll be down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Malcheski's allowed 77 hits, 59 runs, 57 earned, 22 walks, 40 strikeouts. Opponents hitting .368 against him. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch. This will be hit on 1 hop, knocked down at 3rd base, recovering, and then the throw to first in time from Drew Dant. And so Vincent retired to start off the St. Ambrose 3rd inning.
Catcher number 21.
Here's the catcher, Garrett Latos. Latos, a .283 hitter. 3 home runs and 27 runs batted in here in 2024. The last vestiges of sunlight fading away here now as the first pitch will be in for a strike to Latos, and he's behind at 0-1. Latos, right-handed hitting catcher, stands in. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. Fastball strike on the outer half, 0-2. Both pitchers so far in this game doing a very good job of getting ahead early in the counts. That's something that a lot of pitchers have struggled with throughout this tournament. One of the reasons why I think the run totals have been so high. There's a ball high, 1 ball and 2 strikes now for Garrett Latos. Adrian Zatera awaiting on deck. Milcheski now at 35 pitches early in the outing, and the next one here, down and away to even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. We play here at Dooley Health and Care Field, championship round. St. Francis needs to win 1, St. Ambrose needs to win 2 to claim the championship trophy. There's a swing and a ball lifted in the air, pulled fouled on the left field line. So we'll stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Clear skies overhead. Perhaps the best day of the tournament to date as far as the weather goes. Here comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good pitch there, high and away, and Lato's chasing after it, coming up empty for the second out of the inning. 2 away, and now back to the top of the order, and Adrian Zatera. Zatera is 0 for 1, began the game with a fly out to Kernbauer in left field. First pitch here to the Fighting Bee leadoff hitter, and that'll miss outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 2 out, nobody on. Top of the 3rd inning, no score. Milcheski has retired now as the next pitch missing outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Milcheski has retired the last 6 batters he has faced. A little bit of wind riffling through our effects mic, as you can probably hear. Swinging a fly ball to center field, almost straight away, and the catch made by Vickers, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning for St. Ambrose, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Runs at a premium early. We go bottom 3, no score. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Cliff Vickers to start it off now for St. Francis as we head here to the bottom of the 3rd inning in a scoreless game. Sergio Marchiza continuing on now here, works out of the stretch the entire time. And the first pitch, and that'll be, I believe, down and away. Yes, it was. 1 ball and no strikes the count. Marchiza, the right-hander, working quickly, deals. This ball is drilled into right center field, and that'll fall in for a base hit. So a wide turner on first base there by Vickers, but he's aboard with a second hit of the game for St. Francis. Marchiza had retired the previous 4 batters he had faced. That'll bring to the plate Dan Gusel. So Gusel stands in. Gusel in the previous game for St. Francis going 1 for 4. Bats here with a runner at first, nobody on base. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. There's a bunt attempt, then it'll be spun foul near home plate. No balls and 1 strike the count. John McGuire next as we'll recycle back to the top of the order for St. Francis, and then it'll be Josh Kernbauer. Marchiza out of the stretch and tosses it in, and that'll be down and away, and I believe they call that a strike because Gusel tried to bunt at the ball and offered at it and missed it completely. So Gusel behind now, no balls and 2 strikes. We have seen one two-strike bunt attempt in the tournament. It was successful a couple of days ago. Here's the 0-2. Fastball missing outside. Goosel, no sign to bunt there. And now the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Well, that pitch going outside, we'll see here where Leto sets up now in this next offering, which is on the way. It jammed him, and it's pulled to third base. Glove there near the bag, and then a throw to first base. That, I believe, was caught in the air as they tried to double off the runner. It was a low liner. Fitzgerald at third made the catch, not too high off the ground, and then they were able to double the runner off at first base. So that's a double play to clear the bases. So Vickers doubled off first base. 2 away in the inning, and now the base is empty for John McGuire. Well, that ball was a low liner and wasn't sure right away. It was caught in the air. Thought it might have hit the ground as there's a foul tip at home plate. No balls and a strike. McGuire popped out to second base back in the first inning for St. Francis. Marchesa out of the stretch in the pitch. Fastball, and that turns around McGuire in the batter's box. And it was called a strike, apparently. No balls and 2 strikes. Now they reverse it. It is 1-1 on the scoreboard. And the pitch. This is hit well, and then it'll slice into right center field for a base hit. Second hit of the inning, another wide turn here, but McGuire stays put at first. And so St. Francis trying to start anew here after the first 2 batters retired, 1 on the bases. Here's Josh Kernbauer. Kernbauer grounded to Vincent at shortstop his first time up. First pitch to him, and he hits it right up the middle and into center field for a base hit. Station to station here as McGuire pulls in at second base. Kernbauer aboard with a single. Third hit of the inning here for St. Francis. Now Nate Maliska to the plate. Maliska 1 for 1 with a base hit. Hit here could potentially give St. Francis the lead. Maliska out of the box briefly before getting back into his batting stance. And now he stands in. And the first pitch here, high and outside, 1 ball and no strikes. So the first real sustained scoring threat of the ball game here for St. Francis. And now the second pitch of the at-bat taken, and it'll catch the zone for a called strike. 1-1 now here to Nate Maliska. St. Ambrose in the first inning did get a runner to second base, but Brandon Matias was stranded at second. As there's a breaking ball, and that'll miss just off the outside edge. May have been a tad high. 2 balls and a strike now to Nate Maliska. Bottom of 3, no score in this championship round game. Marchesa gets the sign. Looked like he didn't even look at second base. Breaking ball again, sweeping around the outside corner and missing. That makes it 3-1. Jake Klepash would be next if the inning continues. There are 2 away, so Marchesa still ample opportunity to get out of the inning without any damage. There's a swing and a chopper over the mound. Vincent smothers it behind the bag at shortstop, but cannot make a play as he went tumbling after making the catch there behind second base, and everybody's safe. McGuire to third, Kernbauer to second. Maliska aboard with the infield single. And now here is Jake Klepash. Meeting at the mound now here between Marchesa and Latos. 4 hits in the inning now for St. Francis. Vickers led off the inning, then got doubled off on the line-out double play that came off the bat of Dan Goosel. And since then, McGuire, Kernbauer, and Maliska all hitting safely. So here's Jake Klepash now. Righty versus lefty, a tense moment early in the ball game. Huge out to get here for St. Ambrose. They can get out of the inning without any damage still. Klepash swings and misses. Didn't have the most strong swing there, as it looked like he might have gotten fooled on the pitch. And so he's behind at 0-1. Marchesa gets the sign. The 0-1. Taken, going down into the turf right around home plate there. Good block by Garrett Latos behind the dish. And the count even to the ball on a strike. 2 out, 3 on here for St. Francis. The bags are loaded. No score here in the bottom of the 3rd inning of this championship round matchup. Marchesa looks back at second. Now deals to the plate. Fastball just missed outside, 2-1. I think that's the first fastball he's thrown in the sequence. 2 balls and a strike now. A little bit of a battle here right now between pitcher and batter. Marchesa, the 2-1. Down and away, 3-1 now. No place to put the hitter here. We have had several bases loaded walks here to drive in runs. Also, I think we had 1 hit batter with the bases loaded in a game. 3-1 here. Well, Klepas should get a good pitch to hit. He goes after it and skies it into the air. Left side behind third. Calling forward Fitzgerald. He has it. And the inning is over and the rally fizzles. So in the inning for St. Francis, they have 4 hits. No runs on 4 hits. No errors. And 3 left on base. And after 3 completed, is St. Ambrose nothing and St. Francis nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Noah McCreary will start it up now for St. Ambrose as we head to the middle frames of this championship round game. No score. Mac Malcheski goes to work in the first pitch, missing outside. 1 ball and no strikes here to Noah McCreary. It'll be McCreary, Matias, and Weber due up. The heart of the order on the way now for St. Ambrose. Here comes the 1-0 from Malcheski. This will be hit in the air, left field, fairly deep, back into his right. Still on the run, reaching up, and the catch made on the edge of the warning track by Josh Kernbauer for the first out of the inning. McCreary giving that ball a ride, but a fly out to start the St. Ambrose 4th. That's 8 straight now retired by Mac Malcheski, and here is Brandon Matias. Matias so far has the only fighting bee hit of the game, a 2-out double back in the first inning. Righty versus righty here in the first pitch. This will be skied into the air. Right center field. Who wants it? Calling for it there. That's Klepas in right field for the out. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll leave it up to Brock Weber now. Well, we have no lack of dead air in this broadcast tonight. Here's Brock Weber. 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop. That ended the first inning and stranded a runner at second. First pitch here, down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Malcheski thus far in 3 2/3 at the 45 pitch mark. There's a swing and a ball sliced foul down the left field line out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike. Malcheski with 2 strikeouts has not yet issued a walk in this game. pitching a lot to contact so far in this contest. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, just missed a tad high. That came in right around letter high, but the pitch missing, and that runs it to 2-1 for Brock Weber. Jake Muha would be next, and then Chris McFarland here for St. Ambrose. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 out, nobody on. Swing and another ball lifted in the air, curling toward the left field corner. No chance for Kernbauer there, and the at-bat will continue. So now 2-2 on the scoreboard here as far as the count goes. Malcheski, long pause, now he deals. This will be hit to the right side and into right field for a base hit. McGuire at second diving forward, just got in under his glove it looked like, and went out to Klepash in right. And so that ends the consecutive batters retired streak for Malcheski. And St. Ambrose now with a 2-out base runner aboard here in the 4th inning for Jake Muha. Muha 0 for 1, he fouled out to Drew Dan at third base on a fine play by Dan, reaching over the railing to make the catch. First pitch here to the left-handed hitter, and he's going to take for a strike, and it's 0-1. Muha out of the box, now back in. And the pitch. Started to swing, held up. The pitch was in for a strike anyway. So 0-2 now to Jake Muha, and Mac Malcheski 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning without any damage, trying to strand a runner at first base. Out of the stretch, the pitch. Swung on and hit fouled on the left field line out of play. And so we'll hold it, no balls and 2 strikes. McGuire has had most second basemen during the entire tournament playing on the edge of the outfield turf there. Next pitch coming in, and that'll be upstairs. So a ball and 2 strikes. Top of 4, no score. Lights are now starting to take a little bit stronger of an effect here at Dooley Health and Care Field. Throw to first base and the runner back in. So 1-2 to Jake Muha. 2-out runner at first. Malcheski pauses, now deals. Pop foul back out of play just to our left. And we'll hold it, a ball and 2 strikes. New ball tossed out to the right-hander, Mac Malcheski. Holds the glove up near the shoulder, and then a foul back to the screen, and we'll have this battle continue to ball and 2 strikes. Malcheski, the senior from Mount Prospect, Illinois. Went to Prospect High School in the Mid-Suburban League. And the next pitch. This is hit into the air. Right center field, long way here, but underneath it, and the catch made by Vickers, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning for St. Ambrose, no runs, a hit, no errors, a runner left on base. And we go bottom 4. It's St. Ambrose nothing and St. Francis nothing. You are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the fourth inning for St. Francis, the third baseman, number 32.
We head to the bottom of the fourth inning here in downtown Joliet, Illinois. Drew Dant will start it off now for St. Francis. Sergio Marchesa kicks and deals, and there's a swing and a miss. 0-1 on Marchesa's 47th pitch of the ball game. So far through 3 innings, he has struck out 1, not yet walking a batter. 0-1 to Drew Dant, who is 0 for 1 with a fly out to center field. Chopper to the shortstop. Vincent charges, gloves, throws a little bit high, and it will be safe. The call at first base as Drew Dant will reach here to lead off the St. Francis 4th inning. I think now the St. Ambrose head coach here wants to have a little bit of a chat there. That's Tony Huntley in his first season. Wanting the umpires, I think, to verify that call. That was a little bit of a high throw from Vincent. Brock Weber at first base reaching a little bit high into the air there. I thought they were going to get him. But the umpire, the call going the opposite way. So the call will stand. Drew Dant is aboard at first base. And that will be an E6 on the scoring. First error of the game. Here is Brian Hidalgo now for St. Francis. Squares the bunt, and he bunts it straight back foul into the backstop, and it's 0-1. Hidalgo grounding to the shortstop his first time up back in the 2nd inning. Well, St. Francis loaded the bases back in the 3rd, could not break through. They have a leadoff runner aboard here thanks to a defensive miscue by St. Ambrose. There's a bunt first base side, and it'll be fielded here by Weber. And actually, let's see here. I think that actually was the second baseman, McCreary, who came charging in to get that ball, or was it Weber? Yeah, it was Weber, so I had it right initially. And so 3 unassisted on the sacrifice. And on the play, Drew Dant will go to second base. I was watching that ball roll and also watching the runner. And so Hidalgo with a sacrifice. 1 out in the inning. Drew Dant to second. That'll bring to the plate Jake Murda now. Murda 0 for 1. He was caught looking on a strikeout in the 2nd inning. And the first pitch to Murda will be over but low. 1 ball and no strikes. So Marchesa trying to strain yet another runner in scoring position. There's a breaking ball in, called strike. Good pitch there by Marchesa, and the count even to ball and a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 on, 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No score. There's a swing and a foul back. And we'll now make it a ball and 2 strikes. Strikeout would certainly go a long way here for Marchesa. Cliff Vickers would be next if the inning continues, and it will unless there's a line-out double play, which we have seen tonight. There's a swing and a cue shot up the first base side. Glove there at first by Weber. He'll step on the bag. Another unassisted put out there for Brock Weber. And on the play, Drew Dant going to 3rd. So 2-way, and here's Cliff Vickers. Well, next to a strikeout, I'm sure Marchesa will take that result on the previous at-bat. And now Vickers to the plate. He singled back in the 3rd, then it was doubled off on a line-out double play. Dant takes a lead at 3rd base. Righty versus lefty. And the first pitch. And that'll be a heater down and in, 1 ball and no strikes. Vickers stepping back in the box, now back into his regular stance. 1-0 the count. And Vickers taking high and away. 2 balls and no strikes now. Dan Guzel next, then back to the top of the order for St. Francis. Bottom of 4, no score. Marchesa out of the stretch in the pitch. Breaking ball, high and away, 3-0. Vickers, a bad one would put him on base for the 2nd time in 2 plate appearances. The 3-0. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk for Vickers. And now runners at 1st and 3rd. First walk of the game issued by Sergio Marchesa, and here is Dan Guzel. So Guzel will step to the plate. He lined into that double play, hit a rocket Low liner caught by Fitzgerald at third, and then he threw to first base to double off the runner. First pitch to Guzel here. And he started to swing, held up the pitch, getting away here. And the runner at first, that'll be Vickers taking second, but at third base, Drew Dance staying put. I believe that'll be scored a wild pitch. And it's Dan Guzel now with a 1-0 count here. And that puts now 2 runners in scoring position for St. Francis. Next pitch, and that'll be down and away. Well, I think they called that first pitch a strike, as a matter of fact, so that would make the count a ball and a strike now to Dan Guzel. 1-1 the count, 2 on, 2 out in the inning. And the delivery. Swing and I believe, foul tip. Thought I heard a double click on my headset through the effects mic. And so now 1-2 here for Dan Guzel. John McGuire would be next for St. Francis. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Marchesa trying to strand 2 more runners in scoring position. And that one comes in high and tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on, 2 out. Bottom of 4 in a scoreless game. Marchesa gets the sign from Garrett Latos. And the pitch. This is hit into the air to center field, dropping quickly. That'll fall in for a base hit. 1 run is in. Second runner being waved around. Throw to the plate, cut off, and St. Francis has an early 2-0 lead. So Dan and Vickers score. John McGuire to the plate after the 2-run single by Dan Guzel. So here's John McGuire now. And the first pitch high and away, 1 ball, no strikes. Huge hit there, considering the way this game has gone thus far. Runs at a premium. And St. Francis able to break through with a 2-out, 2-run single. 1-0 pitch here. Look out. Hit him in the helmet, I believe. And runners will move down to first and second after the hit batter. McGuire okay. That helmet went flying. Alex Milkars, by the way, running at second base. He comes in to run for Guzel after Guzel, the clutch 2-out single. So now here's Josh Kernbauer meeting at the mound for St. Ambrose. St. Francis trying to run the table here. Win 4 straight to win the tournament. They were given a scare, you'll recall, in the first game against Trinity Christian. The Trolls were 1 out away from an upset in the first game, but then Jake Klepash with the grand slam home run to walk that game off. Meeting over on the mound now. The St. Ambrose bullpen is quiet as Josh Kernbauer about to step to the plate. Kernbauer is 1 for 2, a ground out to the shortstop and also a base hit. Runner in scoring position as Milkars takes the lead at second. And also runner at first as the first pitch here will be in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Milkars at second, McGuire at first. And the next pitch in for a strike. And so no balls and 2 strikes here to Josh Kernbauer. Runners take their leads. No balls, 2 strikes. The delivery from Marchesa. That's going to be off the end of the bat towards second base, and the ball nearly hitting the runner. Head first dive at first base, but the runner is out there as McCreary charging. Had to deal with a slow rolling ball and the runner going from first to second, but he was able to get the ball to first to Weber and an out by an eyelash there to end the inning. So in the inning for St. Ambrose, St. Francis, they pick up 2 runs in the frame. 2 runs on, it looks like 1 hit. Conversation going on here. A little discussion about the last call there at first base. So again, 2 runs on a hit, an error, and 2 left on base, and we go to the 5th inning. The score is St. Francis 2, St. Ambrose nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. We go top of 5, 2-0. St. Francis with a lead now as we go to the middle frame of this 9-inning ball game. Chris McFarland now will lead it off here for St. Ambrose. And Mac Malcheski's been staked to a 2-0 lead as he goes to work here. First pitch is in there, called strike, and so on 1 to McFarland. McFarland, a swinging strikeout back in the 2nd inning. And he's quickly behind here. The 0-1. Taken down and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. Malcheski now at 58 pitches for the ball game. Here comes the 1-1. A good sound to it, but a bounding ball over the mound. Glove there at shortstop. Close play at first place, but they get him on a nice throw there from Hidalgo at short for the out. 1 away for Joey Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald 0 for 1, hit into a 3 unassisted put out to Nate Maliska back in the 2nd inning. Left-handed batter stands in. Here's the set now by Mac Malcheski. Kicks and fires. And a little tapper foul back toward the on-deck circle to the left side. No balls, 1 strike here to Joey Fitzgerald. Bryce Vincent next, and then we would get to Garrett Latos as we head toward the bottom of the order here for St. Ambrose. Here comes the 0-1. And this will be a little soft liner, 1 hopper out to shortstop, and the throw to first base in time from Hidalgo. Another nice play there by Hidalgo. Ranging to his right. Didn't have great momentum while he was trying to make the throw, but he was able to get the out at first, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. He was kind of moving away from the bag at first. That's why his momentum, I think, was a little bit stilted. And now here's Bryce Vincent with 2 away and nobody on here in the top of the 5th inning. First pitch to Vincent. Letter high, called strike, and it's 0-1. You can almost feel St. Francis now not gaining confidence. They're a confident team as there's a line drive into left field for a base hit, but you almost could feel that they think the wind is at their backs. They're getting momentum. Although now the tying run to the plate after the Bryce Vincent single. Here's Garrett Latos. Latos 0 for 1 with a swinging strikeout back in the St. Ambrose 3rd. St. Francis, 2 runs on 6 hits, no errors. St. Ambrose, no runs on 3 hits, and they've committed the only error of the game thus far. Latos, a bouncer, and nice catch there on the right half of the mound by Malcheski, who throws to first base underhanded to end the inning. So in the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, 1 left on base. We're halfway home in our championship round opening game with a score. St. Francis 2, St. Ambrose nothing. You are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Off the fifth inning for St. Francis, first baseman number 31, Nate Maliska.
We move to the bottom of the fifth inning. Nate Maliska leading off now for St. Francis, and he takes the first pitch down low, 1-0, and now the second pitch of the at-bat, missing outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Maliska having a good game thus far, 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. He was stranded at first base both times after reaching base. There's a swing and a pop-up left side that'll be out of play. 2-1 now here to Maliska. He'll be followed by Jake Klepash and then Drew Dant here for St. Francis, bottom of 5. St. Francis looking to close out the tournament with a win here tonight. Trying to go undefeated in the tourney as there's a ball outside. 3-1 now to the leadoff hitter here in the USF fifth inning. Sergio Marchesa out of the stretch to 3-1. Fastball, great location there. Maliska not going after that, didn't get his pitch, but it still caught the zone anyway. 3-2 for Nate Maliska now. The stretch and the payoff pitch. And this will be pop foul left side out of play. And we'll try it again at a 3-2 count. Marchesa with a payoff. Bouncer to the right side of the mound. About a 4-hopper. And fielding it at second, McCreary throws to first for the out. So Maliska goes deep into the count but is retired. Here now is Jake Klepash. Klepash, 0 for 2. He's popped out to short, popped out to third. Let's see if he goes to second this time. First pitch to him. In the air, left center field. Long run here, but it looks like underneath it, and the catch will be made by McFarland in left for the second out of the inning. 2 up, 2 down, and that'll leave it up to Drew Dent here in the bottom of the fifth inning. 2-0, St. Francis with a lead. Both runs coming for the Saints in their half of the fourth inning. An interesting juxtaposition between the third and fourth innings as there's a foul ball off to the right out of play. 0-1. In the third inning, St. Francis had 4 batters hit safely. They loaded the bases, did not score. In the following inning, there's a foul ball off to the right out of play. In the following inning, they were able to score 2 on just 1 hit. They were aided by a walk, an error, and a hit batter. No balls, 2 strikes. The pitch just missing low and away from Marchesa, and the count goes to a ball and 2 strikes. Brian Hidalgo would be next if the inning continues for St. Francis. We're in the bottom of the fifth inning, 2-0 USF with a lead. Marchesa comes to the plate. Flared out toward right field. Will it have some carry to it? And a leaping grab there. Coming in a couple of steps there was Atara, but he was able to recover. He drifted back and made a hop into the air and was able to reel it in to end the inning on a fine play. So a near disaster in right field for Zatara turns into a putout. As in the inning for St. Francis, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We go to the 6th. It is St. Francis 2 and St. Ambrose nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
the sixth inning. Right fielder, number 2, Adrian Zatara.
On we go to the St. Ambrose sixth inning. Adrian Zatara to start it off for the Fighting Bees against Zach Malcheski, who has been hard to get to in this game for the St. Ambrose offense. Is now a ball getting away from the, I believe, from the bullpen. It rolled all the way back behind the plate here. That's been retrieved. And now we're ready to get started. Zatara is 0 for 2, a fly out to center and a fly out to left field. First pitch here, down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Let's see if he goes to right here. Be aware, perhaps, if you're Jake Klepash in right. Here's the set now by Malcheski. And the 1-0. Taken down low, 2 balls and no strikes. 2-run lead, I think very similar to hockey, a very precarious lead. 2 balls and no strikes here. And taken down low, 3-0 now for Adrian Zatara. Top of the order coming up in this inning here for St. Ambrose. Here comes the 3-0 now to Zatara. High and tight, ball 4, and a 4-pitch walk to start off the inning, and now the tying run will come to the plate here for St. Ambrose. That'll bring to the plate Noah McCreary. McCreary 0 for 2. He's popped out to short and flied out to left field. So 1 on, nobody out here in the top of the 6th inning. Meeting at the mound here coming up now. We do have action in the St. Francis bullpen. We'll get out the binoculars here, see if we can see who is heating up in the pen for the Saints. That is not a well-lit area of the ballpark. And it looks like warming up for St. Francis is Ryan Daly. Meeting at the mound is over now for the Saints. And Noah McCreary will step in now for the Fighting Bees. Saints versus the Bees here in this championship round in 2024. McCreary, as we noted a moment ago, 0 for 2 in the game. Stands in as the tying run. First pitch coming in from Malcheski. Bunted, third base side. Barehanded there, and then the throw across the diamond from Dant is going to be in time for the out. Zatara to second. Successful sacrifice there. And there's 1 away in the inning. Here's Brandon Matias. Matias is 1 for 2, has a double and a fly out to right field. So St. Ambrose trying to chip away here, trailing by 2. Playing a little small ball, getting the runner in a scoring position. Here's the first pitch to Matias. Goes after it, skies it into the air to right field, and the wind taking it over a little bit, but the catch made by Klepash in right for the out. Tagging up and going to third will be Adrian Zatara, and now there are 2 away in the inning. 2 out for Brock Weber. Weber is 1 for 2, has a ground out to the shortstop and a single. Little word here again now with the St. Francis coaching staff by the home plate umpire, as now Weber will step into the batter's box. Left-handed hitter will try to put St. Ambrose on the board as they have their first run of the game 90 feet away in the person of Adrian Zatara. Here's the first pitch, righty versus lefty. Fastball came inside and it missed for ball 1. Jake Muha would be next for St. Ambrose. 1 ball, no strikes. And the pitch. This is pulled foul up the first base line, rolling toward the bullpen down the right field line. And so the count now 1-1 for Brock Weber. Matt Malcheski trying to preserve what right now is a 2-0 St. Francis lead here in the top of the 6th inning. And the pitch. There's a swing and a foul, and so it is now a ball and 2 strikes. Malcheski a strike away from stranding that runner at third base. Championship round of the 2024 CCAC baseball tourney. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch on the way. Fastball up high, and that'll leave it up 2-2. That one coming in high. Let's see if they maybe try to paint the corner, maybe go low and away here. Count on the board, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Missing outside, that'll make it 3-2 now. So a full count here for Brock Weber. Walk would not be the worst thing in the world, although it would put the tying run on base. 3-2, the payoff pitch from Malcheski. Down and in, ball 4. The inning will continue for St. Ambrose. So now runners at the corners thanks to 2 walks issued by Malcheski in this inning. And here is Jake Muha. Looks like that might be it here for Malcheski. Looks like they will go to the pen. So Mac Malcheski, good outing in this pressure situation in this championship game. As Malcheski, going 5 2/3, gets a hand from his teammates and the St. Francis supporters. And a new pitcher coming into the game. We'll take a break, step aside, tell you about the new man on the mound for St. Francis after a timeout. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Back here in Joliet is right-hander Ryan Daly now on the mound here for St. Francis. Daly, in his last appearance in the tournament, was able to pick up a save, closing out the win over Olivet Nazarene. Back on Saturday, he threw an inning, striking out 2 and shutting out Olivet in his lone inning of work. His first pitch here is in for a strike, and it's 0-1. Jake Muha batting here. Matt Malcheski, the starter, responsible for the 2 runners on base. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. And quickly now, Muha behind at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. St. Francis crowd getting into it here. Runner at first going, the pitch down and in, and now the tying runs will be on base in scoring position. 1-2 to Jake Muha. Muha has fouled out to left and flied out to center field. Base hit now could potentially tie the game. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Right-hander, Daly, looking to shut the door here on St. Ambrose. The pitch misses inside, 2-2. Muha back into the batter's box. Lefty versus righty matchup. The set by Daly and the 2-2. Missed inside, and that runs it full. A walk here would put the go-ahead run on base. Chris McFarland awaiting on deck for the Bees. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the payoff. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll end the inning. So Ryan Daly strands 2 in scoring position. As in the inning for St. Ambrose, no runs. On no hits, no errors, 2 walks, and 2 left on base. We go bottom 6 with a score remaining. St. Francis 2, St. Ambrose nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball. Ryan Hidalgo leading it up now for St. Francis in the bottom of the 6th inning. Saints with a 2-0 lead. And here's the first pitch to him, and he bounces it foul wide of third. Sergio Marchesa, the starter for St. Ambrose, remaining on the mound here for the Bees, having just thrown his 80th pitch of the game. Here's the 0-1. Started to swing, tried to hold up, and did not do so, did Hidalgo, so he's behind at 0-2. Brian Hidalgo has a ground out to the shortstop and a sacrifice. So officially he's 0 for 1. He's in an 0-2 hole here, taking down and away, and the at-bat will continue. A ball and 2 strikes. Two 6-0 for St. Francis. No runs on 3 hits and an error for St. Ambrose. There's a swing and a ball fouled right side. And will hold at a ball and 2 strikes. Marchesa has walked 1 and he's fanned 1 batter. Swinging a soft liner into right center field for a base hit to start off the St. Francis 6th inning. Hidalgo is first hit in 2 official trips to the plate. Now the DH Jake Murda to take the swings. Murda 0 for 2. Caught looking in the second and hit into a 3 unassisted put out the last time up as he bunts this one to the right side foul, trying the sacrifice, and so he's behind at 0-1. Murda, right-handed batter out of the box, kind of flexes his arms back with a bat behind his back, now back into the batter's box, squaring to bunt already before Marchesa was into the stretch. Pitches high and away, snap throw to first base, 1 hopping in. That was a good play by Brock Weber at first. That was a throw that could not have been easy to handle there, a low 1 hopper. I could find a lot of ways for that ball that could get by. There's a pop-up right side, and the catch made there by Brock Weber at first base as he kind of leaned in, lost his balance a little bit, was on his knees, and he made the catch. So 1 away as Murda not able to advance the runner. That'll bring to the plate Cliff Vickers now. Vickers is 1 for 1 with a walk and a run scored here tonight. 2-0 St. Ambrose the lead. Both of the Saints runs coming in their half of the 4th inning. First pitch fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. Dan Guzel next, and then it would be John McGuire for St. Francis. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch. Fastball high and away to make it 1-1. One on, 1 out, bottom of 6. St. Ambrose and St. Francis here. Heading into the latter part of the middle third of the game. St. Francis the lead, 2-0. There's a ball outside now. 2 balls and a strike for Cliff Vickers. Left-handed batter. Now back into a stance. Never did leave the batter's box. Windmills the bat around a couple of times. He awaits a 2-1 offering. This is outside. 3 balls and a strike. Walk here would put an added run in scoring position now for St. Francis. Here comes the 3-1. This is hit well deep down the right field side. Back to the track, to the wall. That ball is gone. A 2-run home run for Cliff Vickers. And St. Francis doubles their lead to 4-0. So Vickers going deep. There is action in the St. Ambrose bullpen, and this might be it for Sergio Marchesa. Pitching well, but giving up the long ball there, and now a 4-0 lead, and we'll have a pitching change here for the Fighting Bees. Take a break, come back, tell you about the new man on the mound for St. Ambrose. After a timeout, you're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Pitching for St. Ambrose, number 23, Brad Nedved.
Brad Nedved now on to pitch here. His second appearance of the tournament, started earlier on in the tournament. The left-hander from Batavia, Illinois this season. At 4-4 with a 5.16 earned run average. 13 appearances, 5 starts, 1 complete game. He's thrown 52 in the third innings, allowing 69 hits, 36 runs, 30 of which have been earned, 6 walks, 38 strikeouts, and opponents hitting .330 against him. So the first batter now, Nedved will be facing, will be Dan Gusel. Lefty versus righty, first pitch, fouled straight back, and it's 0-1. Well, right now, with a 4-run lead, heading toward the late innings of this game, Gusel there being aggressive, swinging at the first pitch, goes after the second one, and he came up empty, and he's behind at 0-2. 2 runs in, 1 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. St. Francis now with a 4-0 lead. Nedved kicks and deals. High and away, and the at-bat continues at a ball and 2 strikes. Gusel is lined to third and also has a 2-run single that drove in both of the runs scored for St. Francis in the 4th inning. Kind of a golf swing here after this one. Popped up back behind home plate and out of play. We remain at a ball and 2 strikes. Kind of a roller coaster game for St. Francis. When you look at their progression through this ball game, there's a swing and a foul. We noted a while ago they loaded the bases in the 4th inning. They had 4 batters reach base. They could not score. In the 5th, they scored 2. That was the 3rd inning when they did not score. Then they scored a pair in the 4th as there's a grounder wide of 3rd foul. And then in the 5th inning, they were retired in order. And then after scoring those 2 in the 4th, they are back at it here after the home run by Cliff Vickers. They've scored a pair here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And they lead it by a score of 4-0. The wind of the next pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. That'll be the 2nd out of the inning. Two down. That brings us back to the top of the order and John McGuire. So for St. Ambrose, Sergio Marchesa goes 5 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 of which were earned. As here's a pop-up right side near the bullpen. And a couple of players kind of scrambling there trying to get to the ball, and it lands just near the right side home plate of the bullpen. Again, Marchesa, 5 1/3, 8 hits, 4 runs, 2 earned. Walking 1 and striking out 1. So 0-1 now to John McGuire. And he takes a strike here, and he's in an 0-2 hole. McGuire has popped out to second, singled, and has been hit by a pitch. He's been left on base twice. Swing and a miss here, and that'll end the inning. McGuire a little frustrated there as the inning comes to an end. But damage done by St. Ambrose, I should say by St. Francis, on the 2-run home run by Cliff Vickers. 2 runs in the inning for USF. On 2 hits, no errors, none left on base. We go to the 7th inning, starting to get late in this game. The score is St. Francis 4, St. Ambrose nothing. You are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Chris McFarland leading it up now for St. Ambrose in the top of the 7th inning. Takes the first pitch in for a called strike from Ryan Daly. So 0-1 to McFarland, who's 0 for 2 in this game. Strikeout and a ground out. There's a strike at the knees, and quickly now, McFarland behind 0-2. He struck out swinging in the second, grounded out to the shortstop. Back in inning number 5. The 0-2, pop foul right side out of play. So Ryan Daly induces a comebacker here on a one-hopper, goes almost 2/3 of the way to the bag at first, underhands it to Maliska for out number 1. So the starter, Mac Malcheski, tonight going 5 2/3 and a fine outing for St. Francis. Scattering 3 hits, did not allow a run. He walked 2 and he struck out a pair. First pitch swinging here and a ball into the air. And that will be the 2nd out of the inning as Fitzgerald jumping on the first pitch, and he is retired. 2 up, 2 down for St. Francis in the 7th inning. For St. Ambrose, I should say, in the 7th inning. That'll bring to the plate Bryce Vincent. Vincent is 1 for 2, a ground out and a single. First pitch here. Going after that one, pops it foul, right side down the line. It'll be out of play, and it's 0-1 for Vincent. Vincent a ground out to third and also a single in this game. So Fitzgerald lining out to center for the 2nd out of the inning. Here comes the 0-1. Little tapper at foul at home plate, and the count now 0 balls and 2 strikes. Garrett Latos would be next. And then we would recycle back to the top of the order here for St. Ambrose. St. Francis the lead, 4-0, top of 7 here in this championship round game, the first of a possible 2. Swinging a foul back. Although right now St. Francis, a sense of urgency as they are starting to run out of outs. They have now 7 to work with, and they trail by 4. Next pitch, pop foul again. Good battle here between Vincent and Daly. Ryan Daly, the right-hander, into the wind in the delivery. There's a bounding ball out towards short. 3-hopper, scooped up by Hidalgo, who's had a busy night at short, and he throws the runner out at first to end the inning. In the inning, St. Ambrose retired in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. Stretch time in Joliet with a score. St. Francis 4, St. Ambrose nothing. You're tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Brad Nedved now will take to the mound for his first full inning of work in this game. He struck out the 2 batters he faced in the 6th. There's a little flare, and that'll be into right field for a base hit on the first pitch. That was not a bad pitch there by Nedved. It came in on the hitter, but Josh Kernbauer leading it off with an inside-out single to right field, and that's the first base runner of the inning now as a leadoff base runner aboard for St. Francis here in inning number 7. A couple of runs here just might put this ball game out of reach for St. Francis. Here's Nate Maliska now. Maliska 2 for 3, a pair of singles and a ground out to the second baseman. So a leadoff batter aboard here for the Saints in the 7th inning. Swing and a miss. He was swinging because the runner was going throw to second base, and that'll be a caught stealing. 2-6 on the putout. That did not go well at all for St. Francis. That pitch was outside, and Maliska reaching out across the plate trying to distract Latos, who was not at all distracted. He was unfazed completely, and then he threw an out to second base for the first out of the inning. The 0-1 down and away, 1 ball, 1 strike now here. And the next pitch in for a called strike. So 1-2 now for Nate Maliska. Nedved deals. There's a bouncing ball that turns into a flat-out grounder to the second baseman. That's McCreary, who throws to first for the second out of the inning. 2 away, and here's Jake Klepash. Klepash is 0 for 3. Klepash flied to left his last time up. He's hit the ball in the air every time. Had a pair of pop-outs earlier in the game. Takes the first pitch here, down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Bottom of the 7th inning. 4-0 in favor of St. Francis. The wind in the pitch. Missing outside. 2 balls and no strikes. Drew Dant would be next. The 2-0 from Brad Nedved. And that's off the end of the bat handle, and a bouncer right of the mound picked up by Nedved, who underhands to first, and that'll end the inning. So Nedved allows a hit, but still facing the minimum in the frame. As in the inning for St. Francis. No runs on a hit, no errors, and none left on base. We go to the 8th inning. in a speedily moving game, as it is St. Francis 4 and St. Ambrose nothing. This is CCAC Tournament Baseball.
Leading off the Ambrose they answer number 21, Garrett Lato.
We head to the top of the 8th inning, and as we noted in the last half inning, time running out in this game for St. Ambrose. They trail by 4. Garrett Latos to start it off now. 9-1-2 in the B order coming up, and there's a swing and a miss. 0-1 for Latos, who is 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out back to the pitcher. Ryan Daly into the wind and the pitch. Swinging a foul to the right side, and it is now 0-2. Well, right now the way the St. Francis pitching staff seems to be rolling along, a 4-run disadvantage seems like a huge mountain to try to climb here for St. Ambrose. There's a foul back to the screen. And we hold at no balls and 2 strikes. The final 2 teams in contention. The winner gets the only conference tournament bid to the NAIA World Series opening round. As there's a called 3rd strike, that'll be the first out of the St. Ambrose 8th inning. Daly with his 2nd punch out since coming on in the 6th. Back to the top of the order now, and Adrian Zatera. Zatera 0 for 2 with a walk. Nobody on, 1 out, top of 8. The pitch from Daly. Down and away, 1 ball and no strikes. Noah McCreary next. Then it would be Brandon Matias here for St. Ambrose. The 1-0. It'll be a little flare out towards second, and it'll be caught. A little soft liner, caught right behind the bag by the shortstop Hidalgo, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Right now the beat goes on here for the St. Francis pitchers. 2 out for Noah McCreary. McCreary is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice. The scoring opportunities have been few and far between here for St. Ambrose. First pitch to McCreary. Fastball high, 1 ball and no strikes. The Bees got a runner to scoring position in the 1st inning to second base. And then they had a base runner as there's a swing and a miss, a base runner on a single in the 4th. 1 more in the 5th, and then 2 more back in the 6th inning. As McCreary stands in now with a 2-1 count. Righty versus lefty in the pitch. Fastball called strike on the inner half. Well, McCreary looked back at the home plate umpire, and I'm not surprised. I thought that was going to be a ball. I almost called it as such. So now 2-2 the count. And the pitch. Fastball up high, really popping into the catcher's mitt of Dan Guzzel. A lot of velocity here for Daly on that heater, but it misses high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 1 out, make that 2 out, nobody on base in the inning. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and St. Ambrose set down an order in the 8th inning. And St. Francis is closing in now, ever closer to a title. In the inning, no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We go bottom 8 with a score. St. Francis 4, St. Ambrose nothing. You are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. Drew Dant leading it up now for St. Francis here in the bottom of the 8th inning. First pitch is going to be a curveball in there for a strike. 0-1 to Dant. As we head to the bottom of the 8th inning, the 0-1 curve in there for a strike. First pitch was kind of on the inner half. The last one from Brad Nedved on the outer half, and so now Dant quickly behind at 0-2. He takes here in a heater that misses outside, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, quickly running through the bracket here, I skimmed through it between innings as here's the delivery. Swinging a foul at home plate. This is by far the lowest scoring game of the tournament. We've had games with 14 runs in the first inning, round rather. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3, and that'll be the first out of the inning here as Dant is out on strikes. He is now 0 for 4 in the game, although he did reach on an error earlier on. Here's Brian Hidalgo. First round games had 14, 7, and 22 runs. Here's the first pitch to Hidalgo. Off the end of the bat towards the second baseman. Bobbled there on a backhand attempt, recovering, throwing to first, and the out will be recorded. Good play there by McCreary at second. He tried to backhand it, kind of fumbled a little bit, but recovered and recorded the out for the second out of the inning. Then in the second round games, in the winner's bracket, totals of 7 and 11. Then the St. Francis Olivet game produced 19 runs in the bottom part of the bracket. First game was a 12-1 win by Trinity Christian over Roosevelt, so 13 runs there. Then 26. There's a swing and a foul to the right side. 26 scored in the St. Ambrose Trinity Christian game, and then 25 scored in the game after that between St. Ambrose and Olivet Nazarene. And the next pitch will come in, look like a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike here to Jake Murda. Brad Nedved looks in. 2 out, nobody on base, bottom of the 8th inning, and the pitch. Strike called on the outer half. Looking ahead, last chance for St. Ambrose in the 9th inning. It'll be the heart of their order. Matias, Weber, and Muhadu up. The 1-2 here. Fouled at home plate and will continue on to the ball and 2 strikes. So the previous, or the next lowest scoring game was the 4-3 St. Ambrose win over Roosevelt in the first round. Here's the 1-2. Fastball upstairs. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 balls, 2 out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, nobody on base. A little bit of a golf swing and a bouncer left of the mound. Charging there is Vincent at short. Gloves throws to first on a nicely executed play there, and that'll end the inning. So in the inning for St. Francis, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. Last chance for St. Ambrose. They need at least 4 to keep their hopes alive as we go to the 9th inning with a score. St. Francis 4, St. Ambrose nothing. You are tuned to CCAC Tournament Baseball. We go to the top of the 9th inning, and so far, Mac Malcheski, the starter, and then the reliever, Ryan Daly, they have completely shut down the St. Ambrose offense that scored a total of 31 runs in the 2 elimination games on Saturday to get to this round. Here is Brandon Matias to lead it off now for St. Ambrose. Swing and a miss on the first pitch from Ryan Daly, and so he's behind at 0-1. Matias 1 for 4 with a double, 1 for 3 I should say, a double and then 2 flyouts to right field. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Daly coming with the with the heat right down the middle there, and now Matias behind at 0-2. Brandon Matias, right-handed batter, awaits the 0-2. High and away, a ball and 2 strikes. Daly into the wide. Missing outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Matias battling back. I'm going to see if they try to bust him inside here, try to throw an inside fastball. That ball is going to be swung on and fouled to the right out of play. And so we hold a 2 balls and 2 strikes. That's what I would call on a pitch here. The first two pitches really handcuffed Matias. Here's the 2-2. Started to swing, missed it as it went down and away, and an infield umpire will, after appeal, call no swing. So now 3-2 here. It's Matias, Weber, and Muha due up for St. Ambrose. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swinging a foul up the left side that rolled on. Dangerously close there to calling that one too early. It did roll foul. Drew Dance scooping it up as it got nearer to the bag at third, and so we'll hold it 3 balls and 2 strikes. Matias kind of regroups. Now back into the batter's box. Nobody on, nobody out, top of 9. St. Francis trying to close this game out and win the CCAC championship. The 3-2. Fouled off. I think that glanced off the helmet there of Dan Guzel, and will hold it a full count, 3 balls and 2 strikes. St. Ambrose needing base runners, and they need them in a hurry. Here's the payoff again. And did that hit him? Let's see the umpire wildly waving at home plate, and are they going to say that that hit his bat? A lot of questions being asked right now. That, I think, caught Dan Guzel as well. He was down on the field behind the plate. Now the umpires will confer here. And full disclosure, I'm at a loss as to what that call was. Well, either way, Brandon Matias will take first base. We'll see about the official scoring on the play. As due up now will be Brock Weber. Conversation going on here now. St. Francis head coach Brian Mihalik in his 13th season. Mihalik now back to the bench and will continue on. That'll bring to the plate now Brock Weber. Weber in this game is 1 for 3. First pitch to him. Skies it into the air. That'll be fouled off to the left side out of play into the seats, and he's behind at 0-1. Daly comes set. The pitch. Down in the turf. Good block there by Dan Guzel. Did well as well to keep his balance there as he kind of spun around almost 360 degrees on his feet to the right of home plate. Count now, a ball and a strike to Brock Weber. And there's a swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Could be 2. To second for 1, on to first, double play, and there are 2 away in the inning. Hidalgo to McGuire to Maliska, and St. Francis is 1 out away. And the last hope will be Jake Muha for St. Ambrose. Muha 0 for 3 in this game. 2 out, nobody on base. First pitch here. Swing and a pop foul back of home plate, and we're at 0-1. We are inside of 2 hours here in this game. Easily the most rapidly played game of the tournament. Here's the 0-1. Strike on the inner half, and now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 4-0. St. Francis the lead. 2 away, top of the 9th inning. The pitch from Daly. Swinging a foul tip, and it was not caught by Guzel, so the game continues. Oh, the St. Francis players on the top step there. They were ready to come running out onto the field, but not quite yet. Another try to 1-2. And this will be fouled off to the left into the seats out of play. Actually into the upper deck near the sky boxes here. And we'll hold it, no balls and 2 strikes. I want to thank the CCAC again for allowing me to call the ball games. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there it is. The 2024 CCAC championship team this year. The #1 seed, University of St. Francis Fighting Saints. And the celebration underway in Joliet. So St. Francis runs the table. As you see the celebration continuing here on the field, here at Dooley Health and Care Field. And St. Francis tonight, their pitching staff unstoppable. St. Ambrose really with not many chances to score. They had one in the first inning, but Brandon Matias stranded at second. As the final totals in this game for St. Francis, 4 runs, 9 hits, no errors. St. Ambrose, no runs on 3 hits and 1 error. So St. Francis wins it here by a final of 4-0. And so the University of St. Francis Fighting Saints are the 2024 CCAC Baseball Tournament champions. They will move on to play in the NAIA World Series opening round. We'll have the ceremony shortly here coming up from Dooley Health and Care Field. St. Ambrose, great effort here. They won their first game. They were the #5 seed coming in. They defeated Roosevelt in a come-from-behind game in the opening round of the tournament. Roosevelt coming in as the #2 seed. St. Ambrose won that game 4-3. Then they were defeated by Olivet Nazarene 8-3 in the second round. But then the Bees defeating Trinity Christian on Saturday 17-9. And then again, they defeated Olivet on Saturday by a final of 14-11, but just running into too much of a buzzsaw here tonight for the St. Francis pitching staff. And St. Ambrose not able to dent the scoreboard here.
On behalf of the Chicagoland Community Athletic Conference, the Joliet Slam, and the University of St. Francis, we'd like to thank all fans throughout the weekend for their...
St. Francis team now gathered here to the left of the pitching mound.
We'd also like to thank Tom West,
And
the official broadcaster of the CCAC baseball tournament for a number of years, having called all 10
my thanks to Dave Laquetta, giving me a proper 2 on the public address, getting the chance to wave to the crowd here as they, a few of the folks in the stands have located our booth here. But most importantly, the focus goes to the St. Francis Fighting Saints baseball team as they are now gathered around the pitching mound here. And again, my thanks to Dave Laquette and the CCAC. I think this is tournament number 15 that I've had the honor of calling. And now the introduction for the presentation of the championship plaque here. I believe they have been awarded a banner as well that they'll unfurl here. Interesting too, St. Francis, I mean, they had a number of dramatic games. The first game of the tournament was a walk-off with that Grand Slam home run. It was the second consecutive walk-off game for the Saints. Their final regular season game ended in a game-ending home run, and then they had the Grand Slam from Jake Klepash. And then after that, St. Ambrose cruising by St. Xavier. Then they win a highest scoring game against Olivet Nazarene, and then they shut out the St. Ambrose Fighting Bees here tonight at Dooley Health and Care Field. So we hope you've enjoyed our broadcast here of the 2024 CCAC Baseball Championship Tournament. As we hit to the 9 o'clock hour here, we'll sign off. And again, my thanks to Dave Laquetta and Wendy Reed on stats, and my great thanks as well to the conference and also to all of you for tuning in throughout the tournament. Always fun, and we'll look back for you here next year for the 2025 tournament. So the final score again here tonight in the championship round opening game. Only one game necessary in the title round. The University of St. Francis Fighting Saints 4 and the St. Ambrose University Fighting Bees nothing. Hope you enjoyed our broadcast throughout the weekend and into the early part of this week. And as we leave the air again one final time, congratulations to the Fighting Saints of the University of St. Francis, the 2024 CCAC baseball champions. They will move on to the NAIA National World Series opening round. So for all of us throughout the tournament here who worked on the broadcast and put on the tournament, we thank you for being with us. And for now, from Dooley Health and Care Field in Joliet, Illinois, this is Tom Westenfeld. Thank you again for being with us. And as we leave the air, as always, we wish you a very pleasant good night. And again, congratulations to St. Francis, the 2024 CCAC baseball tournament champions.